Welcome to day one of My Chicago Golf's 14-day indoor golf challenge. Thank you so much for joining me today. Over the next 14 days, I want to help coach you to learn how to maintain your fundamentals. This would be our grip, our stance, our posture, alignment. I want to also teach you how the golf club works. This has to deal with how does the club have to move through impact to get the kind of shots that you want. If you want something straight, if you want to make it curve to the left or curve to the right, if we just want to hit solid shots, we got to learn how this golf club moves. The next piece I want to do, I want to paint a picture in your mind of how the golf swing works. And so we're going to go into detail about our hands, our arms, shoulders, hips, and legs. I also want to coach you with how to practice. I really think it's important when a golfer practices that they use some form of feedback other than the ball flight. And that feedback could be a reflection in a mirror, you could record yourself on the phone, we can make practice stations with objects on the ground that you have to swing through, but some form of feedback. And then the final piece, each day, I want to give you a journal prompt. So at the end of these 14 days, you could have a golf journal, and it'll just help answer some questions with why you play the game, what your goals are. It'll give you a plan with how to get better, and just helps you reflect and hopefully increase your appreciation for playing the game of golf. So each day will have a concept, and after I introduce the concept, then we'll have a guided routine together. So let's go ahead and dive into day one's concept. So the concept for day one is building a foundation. Building a foundation for me would include how we put our hands on the golf club, how we stand to the golf ball, our body alignments, and our balance. All right. The other thing that I would include in that foundation is how we actually walk into the golf ball. And so, first things first, build your training space where you could swing. I'm not hitting any balls for the next couple minutes, so I don't have my hitting area set up. I'll set that up here in a second. But this is how your practice station works. Really, you just need your mat and you need 2 alignment sticks. So it's going to look like the capital letter T. All right. And what we're going to do first, I want to discuss how to put your hands on the golf club. So when you do this, I would encourage you to use a glove. Put your glove on. And what I like to do, and this is for all level golfers, the fundamentals that I'm talking about, it applies to every level. So the players that I have that are really good and shoot around even par, we talk about their grip and alignment and their posture and balance. My complete new golfers that have never played before, we're talking about the same things. And with what I'm showing you, you can get other people to do this that have never touched a golf club. So if you're a husband and your wife's never played, have her do these routines. This applies to every level golfer. So put your glove on. I'm a right-handed golfer, so I put it on the left hand. And I'm actually making some dots on my knuckles. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 dots on my knuckle. All right. So when we're learning to put our hands on the golf club, what I want you to do first is put your feet shoulder width apart. I want you to stand tall and just let your arms hang down naturally. Most of the time when we just let our arms hang down, we'll notice that our palms are kind of facing our body. People have different degrees of how their arm naturally hangs. But what you'll notice here, as I'm facing you, that we could see the TaylorMade logo on the back of my glove, and we could see 2 dots right here if I was looking at a reflection in a mirror. That's how we want to put our left hand on the golf club. If you're right-handed, this is how we're going to put our lead hand on there. So what I want you to do, take that golf club, put it next to your your lead pocket as a right hander, my left pocket. I want you to put that golf club and just rest it right in the fingers of your left hand. And I want that hand to hang down naturally. And when you do this, okay, make sure that the club face is straight. So right here, my golf club, it's pointed off to the left. Over here, it's pointed off to the right. But this one, it's pointed straight towards my target. So if you could have that club next to your left side, put your hand on. Now, also when we're doing this, there'll be some checkpoints on your grip. This grip that I have right here, it says Golf Pride. So the words are going right down the middle of the shaft, and there's a little dot right here in the middle. When you have that club in the fingers of your left hand, I want that thumb, that left thumb, it's gonna be just to the right of center. I want the thumbs on the golf club. A lot of times I'll see people come in and almost more baseball style where the thumbs are not on the club. I want that fleshy part of your thumb definitely on that golf club. When you do that, you're able to better feel the club face. You'll have better club face awareness. And when we hold it in the fingers, we could actually get the club to move with some speed. So left hand first. When you do this and you hold the club out in front of you, you should be able to see those two dots on your knuckles. I also want you to make sure that the club face is vertical, okay? So it's straight up and down. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our trail hand, my right hand, and if we just kind of shrunk our right hand a little bit, we would have a cup right in the middle of our hand. What I want us to do, once you put your left hand on there, I want you to take that nice cup in your left hand and it's going to cover, in your right hand, and it's gonna cover your left thumb. So your hands are gonna fit together. There's no gaps. When I put my hands on, the club is nice and snug in my hand. Okay? So the routine would look like this. Start with the club next to your side. I would like you to hinge it up and down. Let's take our trail hand. Let's cover up that thumb. Our trail hand comes right on the side of the golf club. We don't want it on top of the club. You can see how my right shoulder gets high. We don't want it really far underneath. I have excessive tilt. We just want it right here on the side. So right on the side like this, and I have just a little bit of shoulder tilt. So fingers of the left hand, we'll check, we'll make sure that the club face is straight, it's vertical. And then we have that trail hand coming on, right? So that would be how to put your hands on the golf club. The next part is going to be how we stand to this golf ball. So once we have our hands on there, I want you to set the club behind the ball. In this case, I have a little rubber tee. You could use a dot on your rug or something on your flooring, but the routine goes grip, club behind the ball or the tee, and then we need to find our stance, our spacing and our stance. So when we stand at the golf ball, I want you to feel your hips pushed back a little bit. If we were drawing a line down kind of from the rear, it'd just be a couple inches right behind your heel. We're not going to get really far back on our heels, and I definitely don't want us on our toes. So you could take that club and we could just push our pelvis back and then move your feet like this. Find balance. On purpose, put your weight on your heels, put it on your toes, and then you can just find your balance. Okay? So we have the grip, the club behind the ball, and then spacing and balance. So here I've pushed my pelvis back. We'll have a little bit of space. We could almost describe it as a hand's width between the grip and our legs. When you do this, our arms will hang straight down, almost like we're doing like a deadlift, all right? And so something like this, I'm reaching for it, my arms aren't hanging down. In here, I'm too close, I don't have any space. But when we have that happy medium, we'll have about a hand's width space, balance in our feet, and then the arms will be hanging down. The reason for these alignment sticks right here, this alignment stick will point towards our target, right? And then this one right here points right towards the ball. And so the routine will look like this. We'll put our grip on first, club behind the tee, spacing and balance. And now I want our body, so our feet, our legs, our shoulders, I want our body parallel to the target. We're gonna start off parallel. If we want to curve the ball, we can aim our body in different ways, but I just want to show you just the basics right here. All right, and so the routine is going to look like this. Grip, club, spacing and balance, and we have alignment. Okay? And then we can make our swing. 1, 2, 3. So, those are the pre-swing fundamentals. We want to make sure that we're putting our hands on correctly. We want to make sure that we have good posture, spacing and alignment. And then we want to have that routine: grip, club, spacing and balance. And then we can make our swing. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that is the concept for today. Send me some videos of you doing that routine. I want you to send me some pictures of how you are putting your hands on the golf club. Take a picture of your grip, and then let's go ahead and do our guided training here in this next section. So now that you've learned how to build a foundation for your golf swing, let's do the guided training together. So first we have to get our body warmed up. Take your golf club, and what I want you to do is put the club right behind your shoulders. Let's go ahead and put our feet shoulder width apart, and we're gonna do a couple rotations. When we do this, I'll go first here. As we do this, we'll turn back, and I wanna see that club that's across your shoulders is 90 degrees. That is a full turn. Right here is a 90-degree turn, almost like I'm turning my back to the target. And then when you come through, you're gonna have your shoulders and the club face the target, okay? And so it looks like this. 1, 2, and then we'll reset. A lot of times people have the tendency to get their stances really wide as this happens. So club behind the shoulders, shoulder width apart, we're going back. 1, 2. The other thing when you're doing this, pick a spot with your eyes. Instead of going like this is always what I see. That's not how our body moves in the golf swing. Our head's more still in the golf swing. So if you have a mirror, make eye contact with yourself in the mirror. Back. 1, 2. The other thing that you'll notice as I'm doing this, my feet are slightly flared. So although they are straight, there's flaring in my feet. So I don't want your feet like this, and I definitely don't want them toed in. I want there to be a little bit of flare, shoulder width apart. 1, 2. Okay. A couple more of these. We got 5 more. 1, 2. As I finish, you're gonna notice my knees are touching. And when I'm doing this, 1, 2, and my knees are touching, it's a sign that my weight is on the front foot. I know my weight's on the front foot because I could tap my right shoe. So a couple more, 3 more. 1, 2, tap your shoe. 1, 2, tap your shoe. And we got 1 more here. 1, 2. All right, so very basic warm up right there. Then I want you to take the club and put it in your right hand. I want you to take your right foot and put your toes up. We're just gonna do a few leg swings. We're gonna do 10 of these on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these dynamic warm-ups, they're a good way to get our body going, especially the back of our legs. Put the club in your left hand, left toe is up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And then I want you to do some circles with your arms. 1, 2, another set of 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we'll go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same thing. We'll start forward or backward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this last 10 seconds, I just want you to move your body in any way that kind of gets you stretched out and makes you feel comfortable. I personally like to take the club and hold it out in front of me, and then push my hips back, and this actually feels pretty good. I pedal my knees, all right? And so by doing these things, our body's warmed up and we're ready to make some golf swings. I'd rather have you do something like that than just straight up grab the club and try to swing, all right? So now, we're gonna practice our routine, our foundation that we just learned in the last section. We're gonna walk into it 10 times. We're gonna reset each time. So as I walk into it, I have that club in my front hand. So grip, club, spacing and balance. 1, 2, 3. So that's 1. Grip, club, spacing and balance. 1, 2, 3. Grip, club, spacing and balance. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. Grip, club, spacing and balance. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Grip, club, spacing and balance. 1, 2. I'll do sets of 5 on here. You could go ahead and do sets of 10. You could do as much as you would like. If you haven't swung in a while, don't overdo it, because then you will get sore. But do sets of 5 or 10. Now, you probably heard me counting. I want there to be rhythm in your golf swing. So the next set, we are gonna count out loud. So the way that works, we are going to say 1, then we'll bring the golf club back. We'll say 2 at the top of your swing, and then we'll say 3 at impact. So it would look like this. Fine, go through your routine. But when you're ready to hit it, we'd say 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And so see if you can say 3 when you're actually making contact, either with the ball or with this tee right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a couple more. I'm gonna do a set of 5, counting out loud. So we're adding it. Club, spacing and balance. 1, 2, 3. Extra credit if you could hold your finish and tap your shoe. Club, spacing and balance. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. Club, spacing and balance. 1, 2, 3. And last one. Club, balance. 1, 2, 3. All right. So that's our tempo. We're going to be doing these exercises, throughout these days. So again, we're just kind of starting off with the foundation. With this next set of 5 golf swings, I want us to feel our balance. The way we could feel our balance, we could take an alignment stick, and then you could put that alignment stick right underneath your feet. And then on purpose, put your weight on your heels, put it on the toes, and then find the middle. Okay? And then what I want you to do, once you're balanced, I want you to go up to the top of your swing and see if you could hold it for 3 seconds and still be balanced. When you're doing this, try to stay tension-free. So I'm getting up to where the ball would be. I'm swinging back. 1, 2, 3. I'm balanced and I don't have any tension. And so then we're gonna do 4 more. Stand on the alignment stick. Find your balance. Go up to the top. 1, 2, 3. And then you could just walk off. Just a couple more. Feet. Balance. Up to the top. Pause. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. Balance. Go up to the top and pause. 1, 2, 3. And then final one here. Just sensing our balance. Up to the top and pause. 1, 2, 3. When we follow through, we're gonna be balanced. We're gonna have a little bit of weight into our left heel. Okay, so we're not gonna finish on our toes. We're not falling over. You'll notice from this angle, my shoe it's vertical right here. It's not all over the place. Okay. So now with these ones, I want you to hold your finish and just feel where your balance is at. So find your balance. Move this back a little bit. We're making a smooth swing, and then go up to the top. 1, 2, 3, tap. Okay. Resetting. Something smooth. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Tap. 2 more. There we go. So we got a balance. 1, 2, 3. Tap. And last one here. Okay. We'll go here. 1, 2, 3. Tap. All right. So we got our body warmed up. We have a good foundation of how we're walking into the golf ball. We did some tempo awareness, 1, 2, 3. We did a little balance awareness. Final piece, we could actually do it with the golf ball. I have to keep my golf balls in here. The cats like to play with them. So, here we go. So, putting it all together, everything we did today. We're starting off with that grip. We're aiming the golf club towards our target. We're aiming our body towards the ball with spacing and balance. 1, 2, 3. I'm holding my finish. Boom, I can tap my shoe. Okay. Just gonna do 4 more here for you. We're resetting each time. So grip, club behind the ball, spacing and balance. 1, 2, holding my finish, tapping my shoe. Just a couple more. Good. Grip, club, spacing and balance. 1, 2, and then final piece here. Last one, grip, club, spacing and balance. 1, 2. All right, so good job today. I feel like we learned a lot. We're really getting that foundation. We're getting that good grip and stance. We have a quality routine. Again, as you do this, go a little bit slower. Or go rhythmic, I should say. You don't have to, we're not really hitting the ball anywhere. We're more just trying to develop awareness of our body. Again, we'll go into details about the swing and how to swing. But really, I just want you to be able to get that club in your hands and make some motions indoors. Everything will get cleaner and cleaner as we go. So send me your videos of you practicing. And definitely do the journal prompt. I want to see that as well. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.